Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Inside Movies Galore. I'm your host, David Streggy, and here I have another review for you of a film that was filmed in 1979, and it was part Japanese and part Russian. Here it is, ladies and gentlemen. It was a Nutcracker Fantasy, which is directed by Japanese director by the name of Takeo Nakamura. Now, when you're a kid, your mother sticks you in front of the TV, and you get to watch many strange cartoons at an impressionable age. And in the 80s, Nakamura was a Japanese animation artist who worked on the Rankin-Bass production of Santa Claus is Coming to Town as well. And Nutcracker Fantasy was one of them from Sanrio film. At the time, I didn't realize how many people that were recognizable names, but such a weird concoction of voice actors and actresses. I also had no idea Japan had anything to do with this stunningly dark and beautiful underworld backstory to the Nutcracker tale, very loosely based on Pyotr Ilyich Tchaikovsky's ballet The Nutcracker, a Russian tale told by Japanese animationists. Intriguing. Not to say Laura Ingalls Wilder, Hammer Films' Dracula, and Cornelius from Planet of the Apes is involved, as well as the First Lady of Radio combined to tell the tale of Clara and her imagined world of rats, princesses, and danger. The tale begins with an old wives' tale, not that unlike the tale of the Sandman, but in here they call him the Ragman, a hunched creature with a sack moving through the night to snatch you up if you weren't asleep. Of course, I remember this film being a heck of a lot more grainy, learning that Discotheque had released this film and mastered it again. Thanks to my friend Septum Sim versus the World for letting me know that they had released this finally on a platform of some sort. I am floored at how clear it is now, and it is every bit as dreary and frightening as I remember it. The story itself is narrated by Michelle Lee, whom has the perfect narrating voice for this story of Clara, played by Gilbert, who spent her summers at her uncle Drosselmeyer's, played by Christopher Lee, and her Aunt Gerda, played by Tuttle. It is when Clara stumbles on her Uncle Drosselmeyer's true passion for making dolls, her uncle and aunt allow her to have a nutcracker with buck teeth to sleep with. He is imperfect, but Clara likes him a lot. During the night, Clara wakes to find some mice trying to steal her doll, and after chasing them away, they seem to disappear inside the clock that Clara's aunt keeps saying needs fixing, but then a two-headed rat queen by the name of Morphea, voiced by Worley, comes out to help steal the doll. But when Clara is hurt, and the doll defends her. When she awakes, the doll is gone, and no one believes her tale. So little Clara decides to go into this world to save her doll. This is where it gets a little weird. A pink rose rises in the mist, and inside the rose is an unanimated or inanimated ballet dancer, but she is also pretty, and so begins some out-of-focus slow-motion dancing along with some random dancing from Clara, seemingly making use of one dancer to signify a dreamlike world. And actually, it's her uncle Drosselmeyer that she has followed behind the clock, where she finds a painting of a girl who looks like her, a princess by the name of Mary. As it turns out, there was once a battle of dolls, where as one kingdom's soldiers of dolls, orchestrated by strings, and the other army by wind-up dolls, but also the problem of breaking the curse of the slumber of the Princess Mary and her Ratley-like features. When wise men come from all over the world and only think of themselves, Clara goes off in search of the Queen of Time, played by Eva or voiced by Eva Gabor, which her voice reminds me of the Blue Fairy, I believe, from Disney's Sleeping Beauty. What the Queen of Time tells her is that Queen Morphea harbors a shell of darkness around her heart, where her evil powers lay, and that the pearls of light, a certain sword, has the power to crack the shell and must be wielded by someone of pure heart. Clara takes the sword to Franz, which is the name of the doll, as he is a prince who looks like an adult now. And he takes up the sword, vowing he will take a chance to try to save the princess or die. I'm glad I chose to pick this up. It's in its own form of weird darkness wrapped up in an odd Christmas nutshell. You have some rare moments of hearing Christopher Lee sing. For an animation, much of this film is oddly amusing. I love this film, and it's absolutely one of my favorite animations of its time. I'd certainly recommend this film for those who are into films of this nature, where, yes, much of it isn't real, but you can imagine the world as it is with this kind of claymation in its creative beginnings. The film was nominated for the 1980 Saturn Award for Best Fantasy Film and the 1980 Young Artist Award for Best Motion Picture, featuring youth, and won the 1980 Young Artist Award for the Best Musical Entertainment. So this must count for something. I certainly enjoyed describing this film to you. Hopefully you enjoyed listening to my description. Thank you for visiting my page. Thank you for listening at all. And I just wanted to touch on another Christmas classic, and I think this has become that. And just watch it. Just go seek the film out and watch it. I think you should be able to show this to your children. If you have not seen it, definitely check it out for your own self. It is definitely on my favorite films of animation. Please check it out. Let me know what you thought of the film in the bottom of the comments here, and I will definitely comment back, and because I'm really curious of what others think of this film. So thank you for listening. Have a great day, evening, or morning, wherever you are. Have a happy holidays.